Hey guys, Julian here. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make some tech house bass lines, or at least a few techniques that I picked up on from tutorials and just listening to tech house tracks in general. So, to start off with, I just want to say, bass is very, very important to tech house. Like any deeper kind of dance music, the bass is like the most important element, if not like the second most important element. And so that's kind of like the thing you have to have in mind when you're doing this is like this bass line is really like what's going to carry your track, and this is what makes people dance and, so on and so forth. So there's like a few different ways of doing it, but my two favorites are here. So the first thing I've done, and the first method I want to talk about is just getting a sample from a sample pack and putting it in a sampler and then sort of making it your own by fitting it into your track. So that's what I've done here. I'll show you this one. And this is cool because, like, you can really repurpose the sample. You can really make it your own, but you're still working from something that already has, like, a sonic quality to it that you can latch onto. It's just a good way to get inspired without having to sit down and, like, make a patch and do all that kind of stuff. You can just dive in and start doing the notes. Now, on the notes, what I will say, there's not really, like, a definitive, like this is the one that this is the kind of pattern you should use for tech house. But one thing I will say is these syncopated 16th notes really help, these ones at the end. And then having something that's like very much the opposite of that, which is this. These two notes literally are just on the 1 and the 2, and then it goes into this jumpy stuff. That can really be cool. It's good to sort of like, you can sort of like highlight the difference between this part and this part by writing in both of them. And I think that's where a lot of the groove can come from, so it's a good way to do it. As far as like processing, I really didn't do much to this. I just put LFO tool on it to give it the sidechain sound. And this really isn't about a whole lot of processing. What it's really about is just making sure the bass and the kick work together really strongly. You'll notice when I solo the bass, I always solo the kick. So like the relationship between your kick and your bass in this style of music is everything, because that's where all the, like I said, that's what's making people dance. That's what keeps the groove going. It's just very important. When I start tech house tracks, I usually just start with a kick and a bass line. Like I try to have those be the two things that I always start with, so that I know those are always solid. If you build up like the bottom and then start adding layers on top of it, it works a lot better than if you say like put in like a hi-hat loop and a bass line to start with and then try to get the kick working. It wouldn't really sound right because that's just not how it works. Now, another way you can make bass lines is with a synth, and I'm going to show you how to do some synth stuff for this. This is just the same MIDI as that other one. You can hear it. This one still works too. This sounds great. Like I said, same MIDI. And what I will say about this one is, like, if you are making your own sounds in a synth, there's not really like a definitive guide to it, but what I will tell you is it's better to just make like a simple like saw wave with a filter on it than to try and do a whole bunch of stuff with like wavetables and like whatever kind of things you can think of. If you see, this serum patch here is very, very simple. It's just this saw wave and then the sub, and the sub is going direct out, so it's not going through the filter. No effects, and I literally only have the filter and then just envelope 1 on there to give it a little envelope. And you can even take that off. But yeah, I mean, this is a good place to start from. When I listen to tech house tracks and I listen for like the bass lines and stuff, when I can tell they're using synths, it's very like simple. Like, it's better to say more with less. So that is pretty much that for today, guys. I just want to show you some quick tips on how to do some tech house bass lines. I hope you learned something from this video. Let me know what you think in the comments. Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe, check out my sample packs, check out my social media, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow for another tutorial. Goodbye.